Parshat Tissa. There's so much going on in this parsha that it was hard to pick just one thing to talk about. Now, the obvious go-to is the Egel Masecha, the golden calf. But this week I found myself more interested in what happens after. Moshe comes down the mountain with the stone tablets, and he sees what's going on with the people, and dancing with this false idol, this fake god, and in a rage, he loses his cool and he throws the tablets and smashes them into bits. Then, by the way, he has the people grind the golden calf into dust, they mix it with water, and he has them drink it, which historically, by the way, is the world's first caffeinated beverage. Anyway, Moses goes back up the mountain and he prays for another chance. Could God ever forgive the people? And maybe he's wondering, could God forgive him for breaking such a precious gift? Well, we're still here, so we know the answer to that, and we know what happens. But God tells Moses to carve a new set, saying, Psolcha shnei luchot avanim korishonim, carve 2 tablets of stone like the first, and I will inscribe upon the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, Asher shibarta, that you shattered. Asher shibarta, that you shattered, that you smashed. Why does God need to add that? Certainly Moshe knows he broke them, and he's probably scared out of his mind about it. Jewish tradition also tells us that we're not supposed to remind people of their mistakes. But here, God seems to be throwing it right back in Moshe's face, like when someone says, remember that lamp that you broke? But the Talmud wants to read this verse very, very differently. And so in a midrash, the rabbis add a couple of letters to what God says, and they play on the word asher, which means that or which, and they add a yud, making it yasher. Yasher koach sheshibarta. Yasher koach. Like what we say when someone does a mitzvah or a good deed. In the Talmud's understanding, God says those tablets, yasher koach, that you broke them. Well done, Moses. Now, how could it be that God was pleased about this? Well, maybe because the first set of tablets was written by God alone. It was a one-party imposition of law, and as we saw, it turned out to be a disaster. The people didn't get it. The people couldn't live by it. But this time, God has Moses carve the tablets, and the second set of laws was written as a partnership between God and humanity. I would say law, authority, and ultimately justice must be cooperative. Righteousness can't be imposed. It's something that we work towards and we struggle to achieve. It requires divine inspiration, no doubt, but it also requires human agency, the awe of holy perfection, the acceptance of human frailty, and the understanding of both God's and our desire to become more. Yashar koach and Shabbat Shalom.